This is ZNS Total Sports, brought to you by Thurs Diagnostic Center.
Welcome to sports, everybody. The round of 64 is underway in the NCAA men's basketball tournament. A number of upsets have already taken place. Bahamian Dwight Colby and the Ole Miss Running Rebels were hoping to pull off an upset of their own, but that just wasn't meant to be. The 11th-seeded Rebels fell 76-57 to 6-seeded Xavier in the West region. Colby, he went 2 for 4 from the field with 4 points, 4 rebounds, 2 blocks, an assist, and a steal. The other 3 Bahamians in the tournament, they will see their first taste of action tomorrow. Lou Rawls, Nairn, and Michigan State, they start things off in the early session at 12:40 tomorrow afternoon against Georgia. Also in the East, Buddy Hield and Oklahoma, they play Albany at 7:30 tomorrow night. Then at 9:20, Tristan Curtis and Coastal Carolina, they will take on Wisconsin out west. The NCAA women's tournament, that tips off tomorrow. Bahamian Jonquel Jones and George Washington will take on Gonzaga in the first round. Jonquel's parents, Etta May and Preston, were a recent guest on Channel 8 Sports Talk in Washington, D.C., and they spoke about how far Jonquel has come in such a short period of time.
Basketball in the Bahamas is like about 12 games is the most they play all year. And to come here and to play as much game as she is playing, and I think that what is making her so good, because she's getting a lot of practice and a lot of games and a lot of coaching.
You see the stats and you watch her play on Rise High, and it's a different caliber when you get to see her play in person. And to be in that gym last week was really, awesome for me to watch her play at that caliber and with her teammates and the cohesiveness that they have. It was just tremendous. When they had an opportunity to come home and play in the Junkanoo Jams, I think that put basketball on the map for us. Just for her team being there in Freeport at the time and watching her teammates and how well they, just acclimated to that environment and to play with the, just be around the younger children, and then for them to come in and to watch them play 1 or 2 games was really, I think now they know what basketball can do and who Jonquel is.
Back here at home, 2 Game 3s played last night as the New Providence Basketball Association closed out the first round of its playoffs at the AF Adelaide Gym. Up first, the Patron Regulators completed the backdoor sweep of the Real Deal Shockers, winning the clincher 98-91. Cruz Simon led the way in the win with the side high 25 points. Kenneth Pratt and Cordero Thompson added 18 points apiece. For the Rangers, for the Shockers, William Rigby finished up with a game-high 30 points. As for last night's feature game, the PJ Stingers, they weren't leaving anything to chance after losing Game 2 to the YKS Wreckers. The Stingers had a big second quarter where they outscored the Wreckers by 20 points, and from there they never looked back. The Stingers win this one in a rout, 106-77. Devin Ferguson led the way in the win with 18 points. Vernon Stubbs followed with 15. Bachelet LaFleur had 14. Javon Atkins with 12. Kemsley Silvestri and Ian Wyapenda with 11 and 10 respectively. The Wreckers, they were led by Kevin Armstrong with 18 points. Randy Williams had 17, while Tavares Roca and Lorenzo Carter both finishing up with 12 apiece. The Stingers now play the reigning champs, the Commonwealth Bank Giants, in the best-of-5 semifinals, which start on Friday. That game will follow Game 1 in the other semifinal series between the Regulators and Mailboat Sidewatts, and that game tips off at 7:30. Trials for the Carifta Track and Field Championships will take place this weekend at the original Thomas A. Robinson Stadium. Action starts tomorrow evening and continues on Saturday afternoon. The best juniors in the country will be on display, and among those making to make their mark, that is Kalia Aubrey, Xavier Coakley, and Perry Adderley.
The pressure on me is getting overwhelming, but I just have to let it loose, but so far I love him when I see him.
Yeah, I'm very pleased. 2 PRs back-to-back coming off the Nationals. I couldn't ask for more, just thank God. Preparation's going good. Not trying to do too much right now. Coach just trying to keep me fit and maintain my form right now, so it's going good.
Been doing pretty good, making steady progress. Just working on the last finishing touches of my technique and what's not. I was basically hoping to PR, hopefully at least 16 meters in the shot put, 50 meters in the discus. In the shot put, my best is 15.93 meters, and in the discus, 47.68 meters.
Now, over the 2 days of competition at the Carifta Trials, Coach Rupert Gardner will have a vested interest.
I have 16 athletes going to try for the Carifta team this year. And I think they're going to do well because over the months they've been training hard. I have a guy, as a matter of fact, I have 3 guys in the pole vault. 2 of them already cleared the Carifta height. I think one of the guys could go much higher because he trains every day. He gets some tips from Mr. Ronald Cartwright, who is a field coach, and I think that he could go higher. And I'm looking forward for him to perform well at the games. And the under 18 girls, I have a good under 18 girls who's going to try out. Jody Miller. I have also in the under 18 girls, Ramika Josie and Pearlin Pierre. We have the GHLSA and then we have the National Championship. They really peak for those, so you have to hold the peak for the athletes going into Carifta Trials because they had 2 weeks off. So we did not intensity workout, but we did enough workouts to keep the performance level up high.
The English Caribbean Softball Confederation is getting set to converge here on the Bahamas with bragging rights on the line. We get that story tonight from Charles Fisher.
A little over a week to go before the call of play ball. President of the Bahamas Softball Federation, Burkett Dorset, indicating that 6 countries inclusive of the Bahamas will swing away in the first ever tournament.
The countries have confirmed their participation. We've received their date of arrival. So all is set to go. The schedule is now being finalized. It's a double round robin, and the 4 medal games or the championship games will be played on the Sunday afternoon.
This is the first ever tournament for the English-speaking countries, and with that in mind, competition will be high level.
The Bahamas is a formidable foe, and I've been advised that Aruba is bringing a pretty strong team. They have some Cuban coaches that are assisting them with their team, so I believe the competition will be between the Bahamas and Aruba. Of course, the big matchup is going to be an opening night, I think. It's going to showcase the Bahamas against Jamaica. So we're going to ask you Bahamians to come out with your flags. I know the Jamaicans will be here with their flags, so come share in your country.
And this level of competition called for international certified umpires, and Bahamas will be represented here as well.
We have a cadre of 9 Bahamian certified umpires who would be officiating this tournament. The umpire-in-chief would be Julio Hilberg out of Curacao. Incidentally, preceding this tournament would be the English Caribbean General Assembly, where all the countries of the English Caribbean would be here for that, inclusive of the delegates from Curacao, the delegate from the U.S. Virgin Islands, and Bermuda, and the rest of those other countries who are part of the English Caribbean Confederation. March
26th through 29th at the Blue Hill Sporting Complex, and on opening night a biggie, Bahamas versus Jamaica. For ZNS Sports, I'm Charles Fisher.
All right, thanks a lot, Charles. And that will do it for sports. Stay tuned. The Bahamas Tonight comes back after the break.
This is ZNS Total Sports, brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.